Hi there. How are you? I'm fine, thanks.
What's your name?
My name is Mark Bunker. You folks picketed my house on Monday. I thought that was very nasty. And you know, if you have any questions, comments, anything like that.
Well, what are you doing?
What am I doing? I'm shooting a little video.
And why?
Because you folks picketed my house. I don't think that was nice.
So what are you trying to accomplish?
Just introducing people to the Celebrity Center.
What are you trying to do?
What am I trying to do?
Yeah.
Trying to do a shoot. See, I've got a camera right there, you see.
Well, you know, we allow people to shoot, and then we don't allow people to shoot.
Well, you know, I don't think that you have a real say in it because I'm on a public street, and this is in plain view, and so I'm allowed to shoot. I'm not asking to go inside.
Well, are you trying to get even or something, or what is it you're trying to do?
Well, I don't know specifically get even, but you certainly have caused me to step up my efforts.
Do you not like Scientology for some reason?
Do I not like Scientology? I have nothing against any religion. If you want to believe that Xenu blew you up in a volcano 75 million years ago, that's okay with me. I don't like the bait and switch fraud that you folks pull. I mean, when you come into the Celebrity Center or any other org and you're told that this religion is completely compatible with any other religion, and then later on you find out Hubbard said there was no Christ, that some madmen found part of R6 thousands of years ago and misinterpreted the whole man on the cross nonsense and came up with Christianity. I think that's kind of lying to the public when they come in, and I think that's kind of bait and switch. You tell them one thing, that you're here to help mankind, and then later you find out that aliens have implanted us with all sorts of negative things.
I have to tell you.
Yeah.
You know, I've been in Scientology for 20 years, and I've never heard any of that stuff that
It's
you're
funny how I've heard it. I've heard it in Hubbard's own voice.
Well, you know,
There was no Christ. I also heard Hubbard say, they elected this fella named Xenu.
You know, if you were to go into our bookstore and you looked in every single book, you would not find...
No, of course
one
not,
bit
because
of that.
that's their top secret OT3 level that I'm talking about now, which I'm not allowed to know about until I paid $360,000.
Well, where do you get your information from?
From court documents. There was a case called the Wollersheim case, and in that case, all of these Hubbard's tech documents were put into evidence, so your own people had to come in and verify, yes, that's OT3. That's 75 million years ago. Earth was known as Tigiak, and it was ruled over by the Federation of Planets was ruled over by the evil overlord Xenu, who blew us up in volcanoes.
You're listening to somebody who has one particular viewpoint, okay? In that Wollersheim case, that man had one particular viewpoint.
Right.
Now, you know that there's like 8 million people that are Scientologists.
How many of them know about Xenu?
They have another viewpoint, okay? And there's plenty of them that are OT and have that understanding of that level.
How many of them have come through OTA?
If you were to actually objectively interview those people and talk to them...
May I?
You absolutely, you know, it's a free country. You can talk to anyone you wish. And if you actually were objective and you did a little survey, you would find out that there is this one man with this one viewpoint, and all these other people have a different viewpoint of that. Okay, but
so
you
when
have to find
I
it out
hear,
yourself.
I have found it out myself. I have heard Hubbard say there was no Christ. The man on the cross was part of R6
Okay,
that was misinterpreted.
Now you have
now that I've heard that,
you have listened to one sentence. You have not read. You have listened to one sentence out of context. You have not read and gotten a full concept of what Mr. Hubbard says. Okay?
All right, so
now,
how did I
also
take
say
that out
about-
of context?
You can say that about Catholics. You can say, well, how could there ever be a Virgin Mary, you know, that didn't have sex, and then she came forth with this baby? You could say the same thing about Catholicism.
I could, except when I walk into the Catholic Church, they'll tell me that there was a Virgin Mary, and this is what we believe, that there was a man named Jesus who died on the cross for your sins. When I walk in here, you tell me that this is something that will help you improve your quality of life. I'm sorry.
I'll see you later.
Okay. I know you'll probably send more people out to my house so I can put it back on the internet again.
Well, it's up to you. It's up to you.
All right.
Okay. Nice to meet you.
Thanks. And your name is? Hey, I told you my name. You've got my address. It's not like I'm going to come to your house and pick at you. Anyway, where were we?